What's going on? It's your dog Art Man Boxing, and we're back with another boxing conversation. Look, um, yesterday was Fury versus White, um, and today is the day after. And I'm hearing the most craziest things ever. I'm hearing things like Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight ever. I know that sounds crazy, right? It sounds really fucking crazy, but that's what media is saying. Media is telling everybody that Fury's the GOAT because he beat a guy that they claim had no skills, and he beat a guy even worse by the name of Dillian White yesterday with an uppercut. You know what I'm saying? But Tyson Fury, he comes out with a statement today about Deontay Wilder or whatever, and a lot of people don't like it. It's crazy because they like Tyson Fury, but they don't like what he says, and it's just really weird. But so let me read the quote from the Gypsy King himself. He said that hold on one second, I just had that shit on my screen. One second, y'all. I literally just had that shit up. Okay, this motherfucker Tyson Fury goes on to say. He said, I would like to see Deontay Wilder fight whoever for the WBC belt, just doesn't get the credit he deserves. And I do believe he is still the second best heavyweight in the world. I believe he knocks everyone out. That's what Tyson Fury says. Now, I responded to that on Twitter. Um, I said, hold on, because somebody tagged me about it. And I said, Tyson Fury, he respects Wilder so much because he knew what he did. Nobody else was willing to do to be able to beat a man like Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury has what we call survivor's guilt. He knows Deontay Wilder's the GOAT. He knows Deontay Wilder's the best of our generation. He knew exactly what he had to do to beat that man. He did some things. Funny style glove, dealing with mysterious characters like, nefarious characters like Daniel Kinningham, to put himself in a position where he was able to cheat Wilder out of that title and basically chip that man. Nobody else was willing to do that shit. Who's willing to go down and get dirty to beat a man like Deontay Wilder? But let these fans tell it. Wilder's trash. He's nothing. He's this, and that. But Fury himself is telling you, man, like, if only you motherfuckers knew, if only you knew what Wilder possesses, you wouldn't be talking crazy about him. You definitely would. Man, and then here's the crazy part, because even though a lot of people like to say, a lot of Tyson Fury fans say Fury didn't cheat, Tyson Fury to this day himself has yet to say, nigga, I didn't cheat. He said he cheated. He's always going to admit that he cheated Wilder because when it's all said and done, he's going to be like, yo, I told you. I told you that I cheated. I never say I didn't. But shout out to my dude in the chat. He said, Alfred, my dude Alfred, he said, I'll be back listening to this when I get off of work. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Have a nice day at work. NJMP said, bomb squad. And that's for life. Yeah, White's a bum. My dude, Mr. Shelton says White is a bum. We know he a bum. But old media said, I shit you not. Old media said that motherfucking Dillian White was looking like a modern day Ernie Shavers. Cause I said, what? What? Said it's an agenda to point Fury as the GOAT. Yeah, it is. Most definitely it's an agenda. It's most definitely his agenda. Like, how do you say Wilder is trash and you know White is trash? Fury beats those two and you said he's the GOAT? I thought you guys said Usyk was the guy. because Usyk has all the belts. What happened to that? You see how their narratives just switches every now and then. It contradicts itself all the fucking time. And people like me pointing out, and they say, "Oh, Art man, you just a conspiracy theory. You just a But you know what? Look, I had to come to the realization today that I got it in my own words. Let me go back in because this shit right here, it's the truth. I pointed out today, man. I said, 1 second, yo. I said Fury will forever be known as the biggest cheater in boxing to me. The fact is, the fact his boss is a wanted billionaire mobster that was financially involved in the Fury fights make me look at every fight that he has questionable, including the multiple fights where he's accused of cheating. And then I respond to my own tweet by saying, the conversation of the mob and boxing goes over people's heads. That's totally fine. You want to know why? I understand. Because these are the same people that believe AJ versus Fury was going to happen. Because media told them so. Fury is a scumbag, and him beating White doesn't do anything but prove that White sucks. That's it. White sucks. You know what I'm saying? Not White socks. White sucks. Motherfucker is pure garbage. Got knocked out with the same punch. Same punch. An uppercut. The same punch, man. Yeah, but with that, it's just like, what can I really say after that? It's like, dude, Tyson Fury beating White, what does that even mean? What does that mean? And this is supposed to be his retirement fight? All right, and y'all believe that shit riding off into the sunset undefeated champion bet. Y'all go see because the story is not over. Even if Fury retires, it's not over. This shit with Daniel Kinahan and his involvement with Top Rank in those fights in Las Vegas, with him bribing and bullying the officials in Vegas, it's not over. It's not over. There's still a bounty for information on Daniel Kinahan leading to his arrest. And motherfuckers, MTK closing up shot and Tyson Fury saying he's retired is not going to make that shit's going away. Now we're gonna sit back where you never have to see Tyson Fury in the light answering to what boxing media has to say when he retires. He's just gonna say, "Hey, you know what? I told you guys I cheated, and that's that. That's that." So, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. It really is what it is. And somebody was having a conversation with me about uh, Wilder. Fury respects Wilder because Wilder motivated him to get back in the ring when he was at his lowest. And he says maybe he feels like he owes Wilder something. I said, man, Wilder gave him one of the biggest paydays of his career, a way back into the ring. And what did he do to repay Wilder? He snaked him, snaked him, straight up snaked that man. And now the WBC, they talking about some, yeah, Wilder's gonna fight for whoever for the belt. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't like this backhand compliment shit that they've been giving Wilder, dude. Like, yeah, we always knew he was good. He's just the second best now, man. He's the second best. Get the fuck out of here, y'all. Cut that shit the fuck out. But how y'all feeling, man? It's fight week for Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez. But I've been trying to tell people the fight week it's been kind of like even though the first day it's kind of been like You know why? Because I feel like Valdez fans, they're very quiet. As we can see online, social media. They disappeared. they're gone. They're nowhere to be found. So it feels like we're just all waiting for Valdez's public execution, is what I like to call it. Seriously, it's like a public execution because we all know that Valdez, he doesn't have what it takes. And listening to Shakur Stevenson's trainer today, he just brought some insight into, man, he just brought some insight. Look, I didn't even know this was true, but he said that Valdez never fought a black American. And I'm like, hold on, yo, he's never fought a black American? Is that true? Is that true? So the coke owner has been protected by the mob and white media. Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. But hold on, let me play this. Let me play a clip from Dante's Boxing Nation. He apparently one of his reporters did a interview with Shakur Stevenson's grandfather, who is his trainer, and from his own words, he said it's his only trainer, the guy who taught him how to fight. He speaks on Shakur Stevenson and Valdez and motherfucking Eddie Reynoso's comments on Black Americans being the hardest fight or hardest fighters to beat. Listen to this.
Saying that African American fighters are difficult.
Are as difficult.
They say they are difficult.
They are difficult because you have a variety of styles. See, we bring not only, like you say, the Mexican style, they bring a lot of stamina, a lot of high impact, a lot of volume punching and whatnot. But, the African Americans, we used to versatility, we used to everything coming at through life. We had all kind of things coming at us. So, in the boxing world, when it comes to us, we're very athletic individuals, and we have a lot to really fight for. Not saying any other ethnicity has to fight for to prove themselves, but we've always had the odds stacked against us. We have more detrimental drive to prove ourselves more than anybody else. That's what I think the black fighters have more than anything else. We're not giving anything, We have to go out and take and make everything that we get. Nobody gives us anything. Nobody builds us up as a fighter, takes us, builds us up, promotes us. Anything, we have to go out and take and make everything that we get. Nobody gives us anything. Nobody builds us up as a fighter, takes us, builds us up, promotes us without fights or not being a qualified fighter, a good fighter, or as a good coach. We said the same thing in coaching. The coaches being built up as good coaches, they're not as effective. So, like I said, I respect all fighters. I respect all coaches. And
Yo, did y'all hear the OG, man? When OG's just talking like that, you just gotta shut up. Just shut up and listen to what the man is saying. Just listen to what the OG is saying. And to be honest, the OG, even in that statement, he was barely, he didn't even really give y'all the full context. He kept it PG for y'all. He kept it 100, dude. When it comes to Black American fighters and our fighting style, it is very difficult to beat. He didn't say we're unbeatable. He didn't say we're unbeatable. He said it is very difficult to beat us because we've been fighting against everything, man. Black American fighters, man. We fight against systematic racism. We fight against poverty. We fight against white supremacy. We fight against racism from other nationalities and groups. Our backs is on the wall. Like he said, I loved when he said they don't build our fighters up without our fighters being fully ready or being, as good as the next guy. And he said they don't even build up coaches like that. Our coaches like that, like Derek James with fucking two unified champion with 3 belts. They're not building them up and saying he's the fucking best trainer in boxing, kissing his fucking feet, kissing the ground where he walk on and saying, yeah. But they'll say Freddie Roach is the guy. Freddie Roach ain't never had fucking 2 unified champion with 3 belts in his camp. Hell no. And none of them accused of drug tampering or drug whatever using. None of that shit. But yeah, dude, the coach, he's spitting facts, man. And it's not to say, oh, no other group is good, can get good. Man, fuck all that. Look at the history books. Just look at the history books. Look at the statistics. Just see what the fuck what it is, and listen to what the old man said. The old brother said. Shit's real. My dude NGMP said Valdez a joke T about to be exposed by a young lion. Dude, it ain't nothing even exposed. We already know what the fuck is gonna happen. The thing is, the only surprise about that fight or anything that we're hoping for or looking forward to is just how Shakur Stevens is going to annihilate this guy. It's not what Valdez is going to do, or it's just we want to know how's Shakur Stevens going to take him out. Is he going to stop him? Is he going to ref stop him, corner stoppage, or flat knock him out? Or it's just happening, man. It's getting close. Said, did you notice how no Mexicans are calling Canelo trainer a racist, but when a black YouTuber says the same words, we are racist? Man, you don't got to tell me twice. You don't got to tell me twice. I can't wait till the OG Julius get on the show because we got to break that shit down. We gotta break this shit down because um, it's a lot, dude. They calling this man the GOAT, man. Get the fuck out of here. Whew. I'm over here looking at Instagram and shit. Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm about to do. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa. He just inspired me to do something right now. Hold on, but said, did you notice how no Mexicans are calling Canelo out? I mean, trainer out. Yeah, that's the truth, dude. That's the truth, dude. Nobody really's calling Canelo trainer out or nothing. They're not gonna say, hey man, there's fighters from all across the world. That's the best, man. Hey man, you what? Black Americans, they only struggle. We struggle too, man. Man, all this bullshit. They gonna say all that bullshit. They ain't saying none of that shit, man. They ain't saying none of that shit. And I don't blame them. What the fuck could you say? What really could you say to that? Just go look at the numbers. Numbers don't fucking lie. Look at them. Even today, even today, look at our champions, dude. Look at our guys who are not even champions. We got guys. We got guys that's fighting at that are contenders. They're not even champions that we know can whoop some of y'all champions right now, or whoop y'all guys that's in number one contender spots. I honestly feel like Boots can go up to 154 on his first fight and beat Fedor. Ooh, I know that's a hot take. Oh, Art Man talking shit. Art Man don't know what he's talking about. Nah, real shit. I think Boots can beat Fedor ass. I think he can. I think Fulton can beat Chocolatito if he moved up. Shit. I think motherfucking Gary Russell can beat who's that guy? Cepeda at 140. Come on, man. Said what kind of goat served a 2 year steroid ban? You tell me that, bro. Tell me that. Nah, man, that's the past, man. You can't think about the past, dude. We're in the future now, and he knocked out Dillian White, bro. Dillian White's the goat, dude. And then I don't like how everybody's tagging me. Everybody tagging me on Twitter like Art Man, like I'm Team Dillian White. Like, bro, when have y'all ever showed y'all that I was Team Dillian White, man? Fuck Dillian White. I'll fight that nigga too. Fuck you talking about? Shit. Said Boots belong at 160. Boots will punish Fedor. Exactly. The way he was getting hit up. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They gave Fedor a little extra time too with that spitting of the mouthpiece and all that bullshit. Let's be real. You see our black fighters, the fucking mouthpiece go on. What happens? Look, when our black fighters, when mouthpiece gets spit out, guess what the fuck happens? The ref say stop, but the fight still go on, nigga. And the fact that you got hit with a cheap shot makes you look vulnerable. Ha ha, nigga. You should have kept your hands up. But nah, with motherfucking Fedora, he get hit. He spit his mouthpiece off purposely to fucking buy some time. Oh man, that's a veteran move, man. IQ, look at the IQ on that kid, man. Look at the IQ, dude. Man, fuck all that shit, man. It's just but yeah, Boots will log at 160. Boots will punish Fedora. He'll punish that kid, dude. Fuck you talking about, man? Y'all see what the fuck happened with him and Lubin? People came, and that's why they call that shit fight of the year, nigga. It wasn't no, even though Lubin's face looked all jacked up, nigga. Lubin was still touching that man, still touching him. You got all these physical advantages, nigga. Like, bro, like, there's nobody in your weight class that is on your equal when it comes to size and advantage. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. But yeah, I got Boots stopping that dude. If Endor, I see. I was just rewatching that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch that shit tonight again because that was actually a pretty good fight. I remember watching this a part where Lubin had got him stunned, and then he came back and he hurt Lubin, and then he was sticking his tongue out. Ah, yeah, nigga, I hurt you, Lubin. And then Lubin came back and dropped his ass, and he was looking crazy as fuck. I'm like, yo, you get in there with Boots. Boots will fucking. Psh. Speaking of Boots, Boots fighting on who undercard Boots fighting on? Oh yeah, Charlo versus Castano. Shit. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one, y'all. It's gonna be a good one. Uh, Said Lubin could have won. He got too overconfident. And you know what it is, man, too? Like, when you sparring, getting ready for a guy like Fedora, like the shit that you used to, like your defense, like some fighters be used to taking one step back and then shelling up and countering, you know what I'm saying? They used to, letting the fighter, swing on them and they get off, after blocking, doing their shit, you know what I'm saying? When you're fighting a guy like Fedora, you can't just rely on the 1-2 and then I'm gonna take a step back and I'm a high guard and when he get his shots off, I'm gonna go ahead and get my shot off. It doesn't work like that because the motherfucker is you going like this and the motherfucker is punching like this over your fucking guard, under your guard, on the side of your guard, on top of your guard, and you fucking short as shit, looking like, oh shit, like, yeah, you can't just do that. That's why the coach was telling him, hey man, look, fuck that. Do what you gotta do and motherfucking pivot. Pivot on the other side, get at him. Because you getting off and then sitting there like that, nah, I'm pretty sure Boots would not let that type of shit happen. He would not let that type of shit happen. Hell no. Neither would Charlo. Neither would Charlo. Charlo will whoop him too. Said Boots got to fight Virgil or Stanios. Hey man, look, hold on. Oh, we gonna get into that. Let me spark this J real quick because let's talk about Stanosis real fast. He had a good fight, but what I seen in that fight, I said, boy, oh boy, that's a good one. Said Boots got chin for sure. But he said you can't spend that much time in the ring with someone and not respect them. You definitely can. You definitely can not respect. You don't have to respect a motherfucker. Spend that much time in the ring. Fuck them. That's you think. Go look at the Panama Lewis story. You think nigga, as much time they spend in that goddamn ring, you think he got respect for his ass? Rest in peace. You think Billy Collins got respect for what's his name? As much time they spend in the fucking ring?
What's up,
Hell no.
brother?
What's going on, brother? Shit, I'm just over here
Hey
just talking
man,
about shit, man. We were talking
ain't
about
nothing
a couple things. We're talking about Boots versus Fedora
like.
and why Tyson Fury is giving Wilder so much respect and Shakur Stevenson versus Valdez.
Okay, I heard you say something about my man Panama Lewis.
Yeah, because the comment said you can't spend that much time in the ring with someone and not respect them. And I said, nigga, fuck that.
Yeah, and also, Jason, what's good, brother? Hey, also too, man, that was a horrible performance by Dillian White yesterday. He looked like a guy that was going out there just trying to get a payday. And on top of that, he can't fight. So you got lack of effort, plus you can't fight. Come on, man. Point
Me and
blank.
Beehive was watching
And
that shit last night. Like, bro, you could already see it in his motherfucking face. He not even ready for this goddamn fight.
no. And then think about this. Yesterday might have been one of the worst cards ever televised, all because they went and they did a domestic, you know what I'm saying, club show. That's all that was. They have those type of shows in England all the time. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have one that's supposed to be a guy. What's up, NJP? A guy saying that this might be his last fight ever, and you're gonna put on a card like that.
Shit's not memorable.
Not memorable. The fight was garbage. People acting like Tyson Fury went and did something super awesome last night. Hadn't Dillian White already been knocked out a few times against lesser fighters? Well,
No, he
AJ
been no,
and,
he been
and
knocked out. He
Povetkin,
been knocked out by Povetkin and AJ by the
that's
same punch.
twice, right?
The
And
same
now,
punch.
and we've all seen him punchy. Okay, the guy has won a fight on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't respect those dudes. Tyson Fury either, man.
I don't respect Tyson Fury at all. And then media funny as hell. They got Tyson Fury taking pictures with little kids and all this, trying to make it seem like he's some type of angel and all that. I'm like, bro, the gig is up.
Hey, NJP facts. They have 41 money laundering dollars that they had to play with, and Dillian White got 8 million for going out there yesterday and just laying down, get hit with an uppercut and act like he crawling like a baby, and next thing you know, he get paid. And right, Jason, he waited 600 days just to lay down. That's what he did. Oh, ho, ho. M. Weed tarded. I wasn't praising no Dillian White last week. Stop with the lies, man. I wasn't. If anyone else heard me praising him, please tell me. Because I know I wasn't up here praising Dillian White.
That shit don't
Praise
even
him
sound
about
good.
what? What fight? What fight would I have praised him for? I'm not trying to be funny. What fight? This a guy, I ain't never seen him fight in America. I think he had one fight in America, but it was on an off TV card. I've never seen the guy beat a top level fighter. Why would I brag on him? Exactly, extreme willpower. He can't fight, and I've always said that. I've always said he can't fight. And I said if he fought here in America more, even though people say, well, the heavyweight division is weak, this guy he wouldn't have been in that title fight yesterday.
They say it's weak because they know Wilder and Fury are the top level guys.
Right. But Andy Ruiz would have beat Dillian White. Luis Ortiz would have knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he would have beat Charles Martin. So, it's plenty of guys that would have beat him yesterday. Joe Joyce would have knocked him out with one punch. So,
Man, they say
I did say,
Wilder would have
okay.
knocked White
I
out in the
said,
first
if
round.
I said he had a left hook, that was the only punch I said he had. That ain't praising a guy by saying, "Oh, I think he got a left hook." But I've always said that guy can't fight. Always said he can't fight. And Polo said he got a better resume than Wilder. All right, name off the fighters that he beat that give him a better resume than beating Luis Ortiz twice and drawing and having a draw against Tyson Fury in 3 fights. So you tell me anything he did that was better than that, than beating Ortiz twice by knockout and having a draw against oh no, it's all good. Imwe taught it. It's not a problem, brother. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I want Polo to tell me who is the great resume for Dillian White. Yeah, the same Ortiz that's the reason he got knocked down by a jab by Charles Martin is because Deontay Wilder knocked him unconscious twice. If you've been knocked unconscious twice in a fight, I guarantee you 3, 4, 5 years later, you ain't gonna be the same guy. So I'm talking about when Wilder beat Ortiz, Ortiz was in his prime. And he knocked him out twice when no one else wanted to fight him. So I'm saying, you said that Dillian White got a great resume at heavyweight. Tell me his resume.
Duhopis. Man, and that's what
Joseph
I'm
Parker
like,
is
bro.
garbage to me. I think Joseph Parker is a high paid sparring partner.
Me too.
Facts, Jason.
And a drug mule.
Yeah. And talk about that. Dillian White is a dope fiend. Steroid fiend, whichever one you want to call it. Yeah, NJP, that stuff is ridiculous. Like Art Man, I know you've been hearing it. Tyson Fury been in 4 title fights. Okay. Um, the Klitschko, the 3 with Deontay, and now this fight. He's won 4 out of 5 fights at heavyweight in the title fights. And people, exactly, a 2-year steroid ban and cocaine. And people sitting up there had the audacity to say that he was on the level of Lennox Lewis and all these guys that I seen have long title reigns. You
I'm not
know,
even a
yeah,
super Lennox Lewis fan, and I felt like that was so disrespectful.
yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Man, I gotta draw this Canelo versus Bivol
Yeah.
artwork. Some a Canelo pet fan pay me some good money to draw this picture.
Oh, that's what's up. Show it when you finish with it.
I'm about to work on it right now in front of the people. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
work. I'm not gonna lie. I've been on the road, Julius,
Ain't
with these
nothing wrong
last
with
couple
that, man.
paintings, man. Seriously, the Spence one,
That one was fire, brother.
Javante one, and the Devin Haney one, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, I'm an artist. I work for the people. You know what I'm saying? And I talk this boxing shit and I keep it real. And I've been
Mm-hmm.
going crazy in the gym.
Yeah, you've been looking better in the gym, man. And I knew they were gonna start hating. I
Yeah,
did.
they hate, but it's all good because it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? That shit gonna move.
Cozy, I give it to you since you missed what I said about Dillian White. I'll repeat it. Dillian White went out there to lay down. He went out there because he was getting an $8 million payday. He said he wasn't trying to win. He came out there fighting in a southpaw stance. We've
Looking
never seen
clumsy.
Dillian White switch hit like he Terrence Crawford. He went out there like he was Bud Crawford. So he that let me know immediately this man ain't come out here to win. And he fought like garbage and he got stopped. And hopefully we won't ever see either one of these guys again. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think of Dillian White. Garbage.
You know, boxing is so weird where
What's up,
you
88?
can you can literally watch 2 guys who got caught with performance enhancing drugs in their system and nobody would even care about it.
Yeah,
They don't even
that
care
was a
about it.
good win, Polo. I'll never take that Fury win against Vladimir away from him. I'll never. But after he won that particular fight, it destroyed Tyson Fury more than it destroyed Klitschko. Because once he won that fight, he went on a cocaine and steroid binge. So much so he
Where
was
you get the
suicidal and
cocaine and the
talking about
steroids
killing
from?
himself.
Where,
Huh?
you know what I'm saying? Now we gotta analyze that shit. Where the fuck he get that cocaine and the motherfucking steroids from? Where he get it from? He ain't never admit that part.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And he you know where he got it from. He got it from his man, Daniel. Because think about this. Was and they appreciate that 88.
Hey, hey,
But
cocaine not cheap.
no, but think about this right here.
I'm just saying.
Daniel Cannonhan was one of the people when Tyson Fury had left. Y'all forgot. A lot of people forget Tyson Fury had money problems. Then the next thing he said this was what came out of his mouth, not mine's. Tyson Fury said Daniel Cannonhan, his friend, held him over. You know what I'm saying? Until he got to the Deontay Wilder fight. So that's pretty much what happened. And yes, that was a very boring and a fight that could have went either way. It was boring. Klitschko was definitely at the end of the road. He fought what, two more times after that, or one
They
more?
like saying Tyson Fury beat Klitschko more than they like the actual fight.
Right, the fight was garbage.
The
We
fight was
all admit.
garbage, but on paper that sounds so nice.
Yeah, it's a win, and I mean they want to take it. I feel them.
What you think about? Did you hear Oscar?
Mm-hmm.
Not Oscar. Did you hear Shakur Stevenson's coach?
His grandfather or the other one?
Yeah, his grandfather.
Yeah.
You heard what he said about the Black Americans, right? And his
No, I
response to
didn't. I
that.
haven't heard it.
Okay, let me play that real quick so people can
All
hear it
right. Okay.
because I liked what he said. I'm gonna play it real quick. Don't mind me. I'm just here working. I'm gonna put it on the screen in a minute.
Okay.
But
The fighters are difficult.
Are as difficult.
They say they are difficult.
They are difficult.
hold on, 1 second. This fuck. I hate when I don't have my shit together here. Okay.
Malik Scott.
Difficult.
They say they are difficult.
They are difficult because you have a variety of styles. See, we bring not only, like you say, the Mexican style, they bring a lot of stamina, a lot of high impact, a lot of volume punching and whatnot. But, the African Americans, we used to versatility, we used to everything coming at through life. We had all kind of things coming at us. So, in the boxing world, when it comes to us, we're very athletic individuals. And we have a lot, to really fight for. Not saying any other ethnicity or athletes want to fight for to prove themselves, but we've always had the odds stacked against us. So we have more detrimental drive to prove ourselves more than anybody else. That's what I think the black fighters have more than anything else. We're not giving anything, we have to go out and take and make everything that we get. Nobody gives us anything. Nobody builds us up as a fighter, takes us, builds us up, promote us without fights or not being a qualified fighter, a good fighter, or as a good coach. We say the same thing in coaching now. The coaches being built up as good coaches, and they're not as effective. So, like I said, I respect all fighters. I respect all coaches and the styles. I would like to see those.
You can hear it.
Yeah, I could hear him. And some of those things he was saying was things that I definitely had said and we had said up here, man. And to add to that, when he said something about the coaches, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope that people got a chance to go and watch Ishmael Salas last night and hear it for yourself. It was something real disturbing in that fight that I had said that I went back and heard again when they had the replay last night, when the guy had got beat up in a round real bad, Ugas, and he came back to the corner and Salas said, "You did good." And he said, how? Because he had got beat up. And to me, a lot of butt kissing goes on with a lot of trainers because a trainer life get changed by according to what the fighter is making. See, I see him asking me about Malik. I don't know if he's talking about Malik, the trainer for Deontay Wilder. I don't know. So hopefully I could tell that. Give me 1 second here. So, but what I will say is this though, man. So those guys go from making little money to now all of a sudden, trainers get 6 figures for a fight. And so, Art, man, they willing to say anything. If you went up in there, yeah, you're right, Cozy. If you went in there and said, and went paid your trainer in the gym 5 or 6 figures, you're gonna get a lot of praise. And the guy gonna be watching you hit the heavy bag, and you get what I'm saying? So I
He gonna
just
be like, man, you looking good on that.
yeah,
Bag.
exactly.
Hey.
And that's what happened, man. And I feel what's the name? Shakur's grandfather and trainer. I feel him because I feel everything he's saying. And I always said that black fighters are tough fights for black fighters. So
Yeah.
sometimes the black American fighters is ducking black American smoke too. You know what I'm
Duh. That's nigga, you
saying?
just as good as me. What the
Yeah,
hell?
exactly. So,
Cause
hey,
you gotta think about it. Like, yeah, I'm black. And of course, I've been using my superior athleticism and motherfucking natural abilities to beat these guys. Now I'm about to fight somebody who got that
with the
too.
same natural abilities. Why do you think Emmanuel Augustus was Floyd Mayweather's toughest fight? Think about it for a second, man. Emmanuel Augustus had over 15 losses by the time he fought Floyd Mayweather. And this was a title reigning Floyd Mayweather. This wasn't Floyd getting ready for a belt. Floyd already had a title.
Why'd he
And
fight him if he fight? Why the hell he
because
fight
it
that
was
nigga?
number one, because Emmanuel Augustus, he was once known as Emmanuel Burton, was somebody that had a lot of losses, but a lot of those losses was him getting robbed in other people's hometown. The guy
Oh,
was a bona fide fighter that if he fought today could win a world title. And he gave Floyd Mayweather his toughest fight as a pro. And that was through
and Floyd said that.
and Floyd said that. And he gave him harder fights than Canelo, gave him harder fights than Diego
I gotta
Corrales.
watch that. I never watched that fight.
Watch that fight. You want to see Floyd with a bloody nose and all that? Watch that fight. And the reason was because Emmanuel, on a athletic ability standpoint, was on the same platform with Floyd. Like Floyd athleticism wasn't beyond his. They were on the same level. So then it was a skill versus skill situation, and he was skilled. So it took an advantage away from Floyd. And think about Floyd's toughest fights: Zab Judah, Emmanuel Augustus,
Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley. Them all black guys, brother. So hey, Demarcus Chop Corley, who almost had Floyd out on his feet. So these were all black American fighters. So anytime you fight a black American fighters, you can lose the fight. Period, man.
And even Fury know that, not saying that they unbeatable, but he know how hard it is to beat an African black American fighter. You ain't gotta cheat to beat. You gotta cheat to beat him.
Think about this. They said that Tyson Fury was a defensive wizard and was crafty, right?
They still say it.
They still say that, right? Yet, yeah, that's true. 88, Cotto did, but Augustus, I think, was a tougher fight than Cotto. Cotto jab was good, and Cotto had heavy hands. Another guy that could win belts in any era. But I'm gonna say this though, bro. And I was talking about, who was I talking about? He cut me off. I was making a point on it.
Fury.
Fury's supposed to be a defensive wizard, but yet he fought Wilder 3 times and he got knocked down 4 times in those fights. He's supposed to
And
be
not just knocked down where it's like, oh, okay.
2 of them
That was
he
a
almost.
It
Yes.
wasn't like no flash knockdown, like, oh,
No.
popped me, he fell, he got back up. No,
Right.
it was like, oh my God, this is over.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 of them, the man like to have his soul knocked down his body. 2 of the knockdowns.
And 2 of them crazy ass knockdowns, everybody says, man, that was some long ass counts.
Yeah, exactly. So that just shows you how hard it is to go through Black Americans at any weight class in any era. I don't care if you the great Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson said this. People can go back and Google this. A person that people say is the greatest fighter to ever live. Sugar Ray Robinson said he didn't want no part of Black Murderers Row. So it goes to show, man. I mean, you got so many Black fighters. I've seen Black fighters that would run of the mill beat pound for pound guys. The last one was a good one. Zahir Rahim, average pro, good amateur, average pro, beat Eric Morales. After Eric Morales had beat Manny Pacquiao. So it goes to show, man, that fighting the Black American fighters at any time.
Randall versus Chavez.
Who? Oh, Frankie Randall. Yeah, Frankie Randall was a good pro. Nothing super special. Yes. I give you another one. Kennedy McKinney, right? Now, Junior Jones had just beat Marco Antonio Barrera 2 times. 1 time by knockout, 1 time he outboxed him. He fought Kennedy McKinney from Memphis, Tennessee. Crackhead, matter of fact. So was Frankie Randall. Yeah, crackhead. No, not a cocaine user, not a sniffer. Crack. Smoke crack. But they got it together for a training camp, came in, knocked Junior Jones out. Kennedy McKinney knocked Junior Jones out in 4 rounds after he had beat Barrera. Go to Frankie Randall on crack, beat a 97-0 Julio Cesar Chavez. You can't make this stuff up, man, about the Black American talent, bro. You can't make it up.
Damn, that's
off of crack.
How I would think about it.
Documented. Oliver McCall, crackhead, knocked Lennox Lewis out in 3 rounds.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? And shit.
and Cozy, you right. The girlfriend did say he was good, but that was her heart talking. In that fight, because she didn't want her man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Maybe she got me fooled, but I think she really cares something about Ugas, man. She might have me fooled.
After watching that epilogue, I said, you know what? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, she is kind of fine. But I was like, yeah. Oh, but I was like, okay, maybe she do really care about this dude because he went out there and put his heart out. They got family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but one thing about it now, she ain't from here. So a lot of time we're here, we can't trust nothing we see here. But no, man, I'm just telling you, bro. Fighting a Black American fighter, man. You have to put up with different type of, everything, just the rhythm, everything.
And I told people, Errol Spence versus Ugas, Black American versus Afro Latino, or Afro,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Battle of the Melanated Brother, and we see who won that.
Yeah, definitely.
Both skilled fighters.
Yeah, definitely. Even when the Black Americans fight the Africans.
Yeah,
it usually come out
Africans.
Yeah, it usually come out the Black American gonna win.
Like Robert Easter versus
Comey.
Comey.
You know what? I like to talk about better Africans than Comey. Comey, man, is a run of the mill. He's an okay African fighter, but I'm talking about guys like Azuma Nelson. I'm talking about the top of the top. Okay,
Azuma, like the dude
Nelson.
Who fought Hagler.
John the Beast Mugambi. Yeah, a
Yeah,
super puncher. But you
like
know what?
that type of fight.
Yeah, those type of guys. Terry Norris knocked them out in one round. So, but you're right. The Beast was a beast. Uh Azuma Nelson was one that might be the greatest African fighter ever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But Pernell Whitaker outboxed him and beat him up.
Man,
That's what I'm talking
you know
about,
what fight
man.
I went back and watched?
Hold on a
I
second.
watched
NJP tripping up here, man.
I watched what's his name?
Facts 88.
Whitaker versus Roger Mayweather. Oh my
Oh,
God,
it's a real good fight.
why he beat that man like that?
Well, here's the thing. Roger Mayweather was the first person to knock Pernell down in a fight. So another thing that goes to show you how good competition was. Roger Mayweather won belts at 130 and 140. He didn't win a lightweight title, but he won 130 and he came junior welterweight and won a belt. But it showed you that Pernell Whitaker fought him before he had won a title. How many times you see a guy fight a 1 or 2 division champion kind of in his prime before they win a belt?
I don't know.
These the type of things that
Takome just happy to be here.
He is. That's why I said facts to 88. He happy to be here, man. You know, he running with Lou DiBella, getting those checks, going back to Ghana, living like a prince. You know what I'm saying? You know, so yeah, they're gonna keep sacrificing him.
I ain't gonna lie. In that fight with him and Lomachenko, he looked at drained and it showed in the fight, dude.
Right.
Like the man looked like if you could just push him over.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had no balance. I don't know if it's because his boxing skills, but it just looked like he had no balance, no nothing. But
And sometimes that comes with being on your way out. You know, the legs are the first thing to go. That's why I'm a little concerned about Deontay Wilder, because the legs, number one, 2 things. And somebody asked me about, Jason asked me what I think about Malik. I think that Malik is real good friends, and he has an affection and love for Deontay Wilder that go beyond the ring. Okay. But sometimes when you do that, you can't tell a guy the truth, because the truth would have been telling Deontay, we got to go back to the beginning. We got to go back to, being
pop that jab out. You got jab.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah,
was
all
going
those
there like he was
all that.
that
Yeah,
shit just trying to
all
take
that
Fury's
stuff.
head off. And that's why Lennox Lewis. I don't know if it was Lennox Lewis or whoever, but one of them was like, one of the heavyweight greats was like, man, these guys, man, they were no skill. These niggas was just trying to take their head off.
Hey, look, man, that part where he had Deontay come out boxing like he was Corey Spinks or somebody, you know what I'm saying, trying to box and jab to the body and all that good stuff. That stuff looked good in the energy, but it wasted energy in this fight, man. 100%.
If I was Wilder, the way I would have fought Fury was, I would have, first of all, I wouldn't try to go and jab to the body. I'll be doing a little, stick jab, sticking up top to see what Fury gonna throw if he's gonna try to counter. You know what I'm saying? Just testing the water out for the first round. I wouldn't be trying to give my energy, me being big as hell, dipping real low to try to tag his body up.
Right. And then, Wilder won't used to fight at that weight class. I mean, at that weight. I mean, 225.
He should let Fury try to come right at, instead of him trying to jump on Fury with that body, he should let Fury try to come right at him.
Right.
Because that's how he knocked Fury down. Because Fury was walking towards him, trying to walk Wilder down.
And walked into something.
And walked right straight into it. I feel like it was the most perfect right hand. Man, that shit should have knocked his ass out.
Well, it sent waves through his body.
They sent waves through his body where it's like, I ain't never seen that in a boxing match ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how that should go.
That was something. But yeah, so I think of, and you right, 88, these guys do come to America and respect Lomachenko too much. And that's why the 2 fights that Lomachenko lost was because people disrespected him. They didn't care nothing about him. They went right out there and beat him. And I'm talking about Lopez, and they both had him scared, fighting scared. Lopez and Salido. And Gary did that to a certain degree, but Gary just he beat Gary with the jab. Gary Russell couldn't get out of the way with the jab. Oh, no, Jason, you don't disagree with me. You agree with me. And because that's what I said, that they were friends and he didn't want him to tell him the truth. And he didn't prepare him properly. Number one, he was too heavy. And number two, that going out there boxing drained his energy. So I agree with
And
you
I feel like they
100%.
had, I feel like they had the wrong game plan, thinking that, oh, well, since Fury coming in big as hell, I might as well come in big as hell too to push him off of me. And it's like, nah, this nigga, this is a different type of. But you know what I noticed too about yesterday's fight?
Uh-huh.
Fury wasn't fighting White the way he fought Wilder. Like he'd jump on him and put him in the headlock and uppercut him and shit like that. Like
Right.
all the dirty tactics. White was doing more of the dirty tactics, if you ask me.
Yeah, he tried to throw his elbow and all that. But White and Wilder are two different type of fighters. You got one that's a tall guy, and I mean, don't get me wrong, White's tall too, but White's more bulky and White's slower than Wilder. So it was just a lot of different, aspects. But yeah, he wasn't trying to go in, and he knew that all it took for him is just to
That
stand
uppercut.
off and jab and uppercut, and he could do anything he wanted to White. He knew that.
White is trash. Like,
Trash, man.
because you would think that, okay, he went dark on the social media, so that means he in the lab really cooking up, getting ready, getting together. This nigga came in there and didn't look no better than he did in any other fight. It just got knocked out, man.
Yeah, look, man. Hey, look, man. I've seen Dillian White get hurt by lesser guys, and like I say, man, you talking about a guy he should have just went on and used some steroids. You know what I'm saying? It just went out there and did his best on steroids. I
Now,
mean,
Jason. Now, Jason.
do it before.
Said Wilder's team failed him. They allowed the corrupt referee crazy, and that's what I keep on saying. Like,
Facts.
not to offend any of the brothers in the bomb squad or anything like that, but it's like I'm gonna keep it 100, y'all. If I was in the team for real, and that was my brother, man, we'd have took this shit to the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
well,
or
well,
not just saying take it. If we don't have to take it to the streets, that shit's getting aired out. The whole mafia, all that. I'm everywhere with it. Like, yo, these motherfuckers are crooked. And if they want to play like that, we gonna play the same way. What's up?
Crod, you right. And I'm gonna add on to what you say, Art Man, and what Jason said. Um, they failed him. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And it ain't, nothing disrespectful about it. You failed. And Deontay admitted that he would fail because he said he was going to have talks with people. People failed him. Number one, they failed him because they don't know boxing. Because when the man was in there doing the hand wraps and stuff like that, JD's was a sportscaster. He don't know boxing. People could have been loading the gloves or whatever. He would know nothing about what they were doing. He just looking at them.
Too
That's
friendly
just
and
fact.
too. It's just like, here's my thing, man. And people like to say, "Oh, Art, man, you negative. You a negative person." I look at them people like they already don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
regardless, I already look at them with a like you could say, prejudice mindset because I prejudge it.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, yo, motherfuckers is a cheater. Why would you even think Tyson
Yeah,
Fury's
he
gonna
ain't
come
gonna
and try
cheat
to
you then.
fight you
Right.
clean? Why would you
Hey
even think he's
man.
gonna fight you clean?
You're right. Again, Polo, you're right about that. Um, not Al Heyman, but Shelly Finkel. Yeah, Shelly Finkel failed him. Yeah.
Yeah. I seen Shelly Finkel at the end of Wilder versus Fury 3 outside the fucking ambulance looking just like an old white man,
All he is. He's an
just
old
an
Jew,
old
man.
man. That's what the fuck. That's just
He's
what
an
he is.
old Jew that has been getting money off in the music industry. And I will give him this. He's the reason Al Heyman is in the fight game because they did music together. You know what I'm saying? Music promotion and stuff like that. That's how they got cool together. And he pulled Al Heyman in. Because if you think about it, something a lot of people don't know is that Shelly Finkel ran a lot of the fighters that Al Heyman had. Shelly Finkel was, yeah, he is corrupt. And you know, like I say, man, that was
Yeah, when
what it
they say
was.
slave contracts, Shelly Finkel's around with them slave contracts too.
Absolutely. Shelly Finkel was down with Pernell Whitaker and all those guys. I mean, those guys go way back, man. But not so much now. He ain't really doing too much now because he got all that money from the Klitschko brothers,
But I'm
Wilder.
not gonna lie,
I mean,
I definitely would have been involved more when it comes to this cheating shit. Like, especially like the whole when he was in the room with Tay Jones and them, and they talking
mhm.
about the gloves and
Hey,
the fucking the dude like, oh well, he can wear this gloves no matter what.
that guy Tay Jones, I ain't never had a conversation with him or nothing. He got me blocked. I told D Hive when we was talking about that guy got me blocked.
I
And
don't know,
I
probably
don't
because you don't got
know,
no profile picture.
huh?
Probably because you don't got no profile picture and he think you're a troll.
Oh, well, either way, probably, maybe, quite, you
But
know,
but
but
all I'm saying
that's
is,
what it
dude,
is.
if I'm in that situation and a dude tell me, oh, you can't do that, you can't, no matter what, he can wear these gloves. I'd have been like, so why the fuck are we even here? What are you saying? What do you mean there's no possible way? This guy is a cheater, and all these replica gloves are all the same. This guy is a cheater, and you guys, I feel like you people are in on it too. Then they've been looking at me crazy, and then we would have all been in this motherfucker arguing. We would all would have been
um,
in that motherfucker arguing. Like, yo, what are you talking about? If he can't wear them gloves, nah. Then matter of fact, I'm wearing some brass knuckles then. Ain't no point. Don't even matter of fact, don't even have him come to my dressing room and look at my gloves because it don't even matter if y'all say that it doesn't matter. He can still wear those gloves if
right.
we gonna play these type of games. Seriously. And if y'all want to
I
get gangster,
agree.
we can get gangster type
I
shit.
agree.
And I told him like straight up, like, man. And Wilder, to be honest, I'll tell Wilder like straight up, like, bro, these niggas trying to play you again, my guy. They definitely trying to play you again. So what are we gonna do about this situation? You gonna go in there and say, fuck it, we gonna do it? Nah. I would say, dude, you play dirty too, man. Punch this motherfucker when the refs say stop. Do all that shit, man. Cause at the end of the day, when it came to the heavyweight game, I feel like there's no rules in that shit for real. It's the more barbaric part of the sport.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Said they more.
Polo.
Yeah, they'll
I
still
ain't
learn
say
on the
that,
job.
Polo. I don't know him, Polo. That's all I'm saying. He got me blocked, and I said I don't know him. I didn't call him a clown. Don't say you right because I didn't
Nah,
say that.
he not no clown. Chill out with that shit, Polo.
Um, hey, my thing is this right here too about that situation is not only did they fail him, but Deontay, to me, should have, even if in the effect of, you know, saying that I'll retire, after that first or second fight, man, to me, he should have went back to the first fight. You know what I'm saying? There were things that happened there, but you got to protect yourself sometimes because,
Me and my pops
Wilder
always
had the,
talk about it. Me
huh?
and my pops always talk. My pops in his 50s.
Yeah, go ahead.
He says he understand that Tyson Fury cheated, but he said, man, he says still at the end of the day, you weren't even supposed to let him get that close to you to hit you with them damn floppy ass gloves.
Hmm. That's facts, man. But Deontay was a guy that got everything out of his talent, man. A guy that didn't start fighting till later on in life. That was his best weight, extreme 210, 215. But he got the best out of everything in his career, man, for a guy that didn't know how to fight and learn how to fight through JD's. And look at him now. The dude done probably, got $100 million through fighting or more than 100 million. Won the heavyweight title, held it for years, had over 10 defenses. To me, he got the best. He did
My dude,
everything he could do.
Big Dog said when the whole boxing industry against you, there's only so much you can do, and that's facts. That's facts.
It's facts, but you know what? There have been some that walked away because sometimes, man, the way that not just boxing but life is, sometimes, bro, it's better to walk away from a situation, and I'm just being real about that. Walk away from the situation, man, because it ain't worth you losing your life over it. He could have died. So sometimes walk away from the situation. If you don't think you're gonna get a fair shot, walk away from it.
And I feel like Wilder came into that fight on some like, I just got God in my right hand on my side.
Right.
And it's like,
And
man,
a lot of
when
times
you
that's
play
enough.
when you playing with these devils, you gonna need more than just God, nigga. You gonna have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gonna have to put a little extra up in there.
Yeah, you're gonna need some angels to go in there fighting with you too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, because these motherfuckers is they coming with it. They got the media behind them. Now, Julius, when it comes to cheating in boxing,
Hmm.
who's usually involved, right? Isn't it the mob?
Absolutely.
This nigga
Yeah,
has the mob on his side too. So it's like, damn,
absolutely.
boy.
That's why when the Daniel Kennedy situation, um, he changed my whole outlook on everything because again, man, uh I'm gonna go back to this, and I done said it before, so I'm gonna regurgitate it. The man was a part of a situation where people came to the weigh-in hoping to murder him and murdered three other people. Hey, look, and then people still allow this guy to be a part of their promotion. They still
Bob
don't
Arum
want him.
said Bob Arum said he believed the story at first, where he said he was just trying to change his whole perspective up. He's actually a good businessman and he cares about the
Mhm,
sport. I'm like, Bob,
mhm.
come
But
on, bro.
again, would Bob had did business with uh,
Big
a
Meech.
kingpin drug dealer, a black kingpin drug dealer from Minneapolis or St.
Hell no.
Paul?
Hell
Okay,
no.
that
Hell
that
no.
name is Daniel Smith or Daniel Jones. When he had did business with him, when he had gave him a consultant fee. Now look, James Prince is not even a killer like that. We ain't heard about James Prince make kidnapping people and murdering 18 people. But would Bob Arum give him a $4 million consultant fee for Shakur? No. And I'm just showing you how crazy this stuff is, man. He gave that money. If me or you gave a guy $4 million and we say it was for consultant, I don't care what we said it was. And this guy has murdered 18 people and is an international drug lord, bro, we'll go to prison. We would go to
Julius, if you
prison.
gave a nigga $5 and he put that five
Absolutely. You
dollars in the
part of the
gas tank,
conspiracy.
and he
You
put that in the
part of the
gas tank to
conspiracy.
go rob a bank, and that's the getaway car, your ass is going to jail.
Absolutely. You part of the conspiracy.
You
And
are
it's
a
like
part
you
of it.
did it yourself.
If somebody texts you and say, "Man, I just caught a body or whatever on 115th Street," and you said, "LOL," your ass going to jail too.
Facts. And look, Polo, I'm gonna end this conversation with you on Golden Boy. All right. During the time that you talking about something that you didn't know, but Oscar De La Hoya was in rehab through a majority of all that work that was going on.
He
The
wasn't even there for
people that
Canelo versus Floyd.
Yeah, exactly. The people that was running that situation was number one Al Heyman from back doors. See, a lot of credit people don't want to give Al because he don't show his face. Al Heyman and Richard Schaefer ran Golden Boy, so much so that they had almost pretty much voted De La Hoya out because he wasn't even a part of it for years.
Yep.
So Polo, that's what it is. That's what it is. Oscar will admit that. At one time, Oscar, matter of fact, it's an interview out there where Oscar De La Hoya said that he, and stay ready. I'm going to have to jump on this in a minute. But Oscar De La Hoya said he was gone so long that he don't even remember what happened. He said that he took his eye off of the company and he was letting them run it how they wanted to, and he just didn't even know what was going on. How do the promoter don't know what's going on if they are part of it? He wasn't a part of it, bro. He wasn't a part of it. Yeah, I just told him, Jason. But look, your man, stay ready, boxing TV, bro. Look, so Jay Prince is real. The power of him is real because he had Mayweather and all them guys scared, right? And Jay Prince is also the guy that tell people that they gotta pay a
he only did this to brothers.
why
That's
he ain't do
Floyd
that to
Mayweather and
white
Elepine.
boys?
He
Why?
ain't showing it
Why?
to Bob
Yeah,
Arum
or the
office with a
Mexican.
motherfucking baseball bat.
Yeah. Why they
He ain't
didn't
show up
get
to
it?
Valdez camp with a baseball
Right.
bat.
Right. Why he ain't do this to them? Why when black rappers and all them come to Houston or to Texas, they gotta come to him and talk to him. But these white guys run freely through the whole entire nation. Go to Texas, go to Houston. He don't never mutter their name, man. Come on, bro. I don't want to hear about no cooning today because that's what that is. That
Let's
comes
talk
down to
about the
cooning.
boxing. The boxing.
Yeah, because I don't want to talk about folks that do cooning to other black folks. But anyway, but yeah, man. So I'm with you. And here's my prediction. Shakur, I believe, will stop Valdez because Valdez is gonna do a lot of missing of shots and he gonna be getting peppered and also the way that Shakur stunts guys with that jab to the body. He the best in boxing at that right now. He beats Valdez by stoppage.
Did you hear what he told Valdez?
What he tell him?
Oh my God! At a point, I almost felt sad for Valdez, but then I was like, man, fuck Valdez. Listen to the young man speak on the fight.
Another fighter that's
He's in front of Valdez. I ain't gonna show the video, but y'all can just hear the audio.
All right, that's fine.
He's next to Valdez, like a face-off type conversation.
Okay.
I feel like if he was fighting somebody else or another fighter that's not on my level, I think that he'll beat them. But I think that he in for it with me because I'm a special talent. My mindset is whatever it takes to win. And they gonna love you when you win it. They gonna hate you if you lose. So I'm not going in there to lose.
My goal is to, in the next 10, 20, 30 years, the new generation comes and they want to see maybe a little Mexican fighter out there saying, I want to be like a Julio Cesar Chavez. I want to be like a Antonio Barrera, Eddie Morales. I want kids to say, I want to be like Oscar Valdez. And to be in those big names, you got to fight guys like Shakur Stevenson. One thing with me, I rise with the competition. Shakur brings the best out of him. He's going to make me bring the best out of me that night. And I just think it's going to be a magical night of boxing.
I'm not looking to have a tough fight with him. Like, I'm not looking to go in there and let's go tick for tag. Oh, you hit me, I hit you. Let's see who the tougher fighter. Nah, I'm going in there to pick him apart. I'm going in there to mentally drain him. I don't think he ever been in front of a fighter like me. Like, I think this is his first time being in there with somebody with my type of skills. And as the fight go on, I want him to mentally quit.
Oh my God! Like, damn! Like, if you see Valdez's face while he was saying that,
Who's about to give Lamont Roach a title shot? Because Lamont Roach done had one title shot. And I mean, if Golden Boy got him in position, bro, you have to understand. All you have to do is pay request a fight. Say, hey, I got two fighters. I want to request that it's a title eliminator. And if you pay for it, most organizations, unless it's a mandatory already set, they will allow you to have a guy that fought for the belt before to go into a title eliminator, Polo. So Lamont Roach gonna get the title shot.
What do you think about what Shakur just said about Valdez?
Shakur just telling him because Shakur been owing him a whooping since the featherweight days. He moved up so he wouldn't have to fight the mandatory in Shakur. That's why Shakur ended up beating his girlfriend at the time, brother. because Valdez vacated the belt. So Valdez didn't want this fight. Remember, Shakur was like in the mandatory position before when they end up getting him in the mandatory for Jamel and then made him fight Jamal. But Valdez turned down fights against Jamal and Shakur. So it lets you know he don't want none of that Black American talent. He don't want any of that heat. Uh, you know, so
Yeah, and
that's what I feel.
that's what Harry's saying on my Twitter right now. He under my comment section talking about how Valdez never really wanted to fight me and all that shit, and he never fought no Black American. Which is
Never.
I never seen Valdez fight a Black American. I'm not too big on Valdez. I'm gonna keep it
Mm-mm.
100. Has he fought a Black American before?
No, the closest he fought is
Robson?
yeah, the Afro Cuban or Afro Brazilian, whichever one he is. That's the closest he came.
And we seen how that went.
Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. Saturday. It's gonna be the same type of situation.
I feel like he should never even fought him because that made this fight look. It just, even though people believe that Shakur was already gonna win, that just made the fight look like he wouldn't get exposed if he used to lose because it'll be something we already know for
Well,
sure. I feel like
well, man.
it took away from the surprise of, if he just would have came in there off of that knockout over Burchell, it'd have been like, okay.
Yeah, but like I said, the drug cheat, and again, this is Bob Arum, and not only just Bob Arum, but also Eddie Hearn. And I want people to see how dirty that these guys really are. These two guys had someone test positive for steroids in their event and participated. And that just showed you how corrupt these guys is.
These
So
people told us that they was fucking Tyson Fury was fighting Joshua for months, and everybody
yeah,
believed it. And then when it
yeah.
came out to be a lie, everybody said, "Well, that's just what it is."
Hey,
No, it's
just
not
like
what it
you.
is. Like, man, y'all
Hey,
gotta hold these niggas accountable.
didn't you have heat with a guy that don't know nothing? Uh, I IG.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm
snitch
gonna call him.
IQ.
IG, and he believe all those guys, man.
He did,
You
and
know.
he was willing to bet his hard earned cash on it, and I took it away from him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Extreme was saying that he was playing the company line, is what he was trying to say. But yeah, oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. Valdez gonna get it in this one, and
He
I don't
said
think it's gonna
Jamil suddenly on
just
cold ever
oh
since he
go,
lost to
yeah,
Shakur. Hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah. He have been because hey, did you hear what he said about Bomac too? And which I'm in 100% agreement because Burger,
what do you say about your boy
like,
Bo Mac?
well, he didn't name Bomac. He just, said about the situation. And he was just basically saying that, you got people out here that, say things and you know what I'm saying, and don't have any reason to be saying them and try to come at folks. And he talking about him coming at him about the Canahan situation when Bud was working with Canahan as well. That's what I didn't understand it.
Right,
And then,
everybody's waiting for Bud's public denouncement.
yeah, yeah, Bud ain't gonna denounce him. Bud gonna have this fight with Spence, and everything gonna go on. I guarantee you, Bud say nothing about Canahan unless someone say, "Man, you gotta say something." Bud ain't gonna go say nothing. And like I say, if the fight Spence and Bud happens, don't be surprised, people, if Bomac pull a Ishmael Salas and pull the same type of performance. Again, you got another, just like Shakur grandfather was saying, it's a lot of these guys out here that can't train. You know what I'm
Yeah, like
saying?
trainer of the year awards
Yeah, but Derek James, the best trainer in boxing, you know what I'm saying?
with not
He
just
hasn't
one,
won one.
two
Come on.
unified champions in
Two
his.
unified checks. One, both of them one fight away from undisputed against top level competition. That's another thing. And like somebody sent up here the message to me, Julius Ndagu. No, at the end of it, Charlo or Spence would have beat a Julius Ngado or whatever to win this belt. You know what I'm saying? They've been fighting some real competition.
What you think about the fight after Shakur Stevenson? Canelo Alvarez versus
Bivol,
Bivol. That's what now.
I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth about that fight, man. I really don't know how to pick that fight because one way I look at it, Bivol don't impress me at all. And then I look at it like this, it's at 175. The last time I seen Canelo fight at 175, he fought a dead man and he looked dead out there. You know what I'm saying? He looked dead out there. He couldn't move or anything. So I don't know, man. I'm being honest. I don't know. Cozy, you could be 100% right, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. You could be 100% right on it. 100%
After
right.
Canelo
I ain't
challenges him and stops
totally.
him, Bivol too rhythmatic to me. 1-2 nothing too special. Occasional hook here and there. Yeah. Except how did he do with
Who are you
Brown?
talking
He
about?
almost
Oh,
got killed
well,
by
hey,
Arthur. What?
he talking about Derek James. How did Derek James? Hey, here go the thing about Derek James
They
and
only had like
Marcus
one
Brown.
camp together.
And here's the thing: Marcus Brown fought like a coward, and he's a notorious woman beater. And he got and a lot of times in the ring, Polo guys, their true personality comes out. If he's a softy outside of the ring, when the going gets tough, he gonna do what he always do, which is quit or look for a way out. And that's my opinion of Brown. And if I ain't mistaken, I think I picked Bivol, Better Beef to stop him in that fight. So, you know what I'm saying? And it was for that reason because a lot of times guys their personality comes out. So, same thing with Oscar Valdez. Don't be shocked and surprised if Oscar Valdez quit out
He
there
got
next
no,
week.
that's not true. He broke his jaw in the ring fighting so hard. Because he broke his jaw in the ring. That's what they gonna say. And he ain't scared.
Mhm. Right. And he said Bivol School Pascal. You talking about the Gene Pascal from 6 years ago that fought Bernard Hopkins and all those guys beat the best 175. Who was the best 175 pounders? You talking about Marcus Brown? I ain't never thought that highly of Gene Pascal. And we talking about a drug cheat. So we can't talk about Pascal having great fights with Marcus Brown and all them guys when this guy tested positive for 3 strong steroids in his system. So he went into the ring as the Incredible Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. We ain't about to talk about Pascal in a fight when all he is he's the Juice Crew. How about that? I'm gonna call him the total Juice Crew because this man had all the juice in him. Thank you, Cozy. Man tested positive for 3 steroids. No, talking about him. Facts he greets with fire. Joe Smith is one.
I don't rate Joe Smith Jr. as somebody super good.
No, he's just a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? That can punch a little bit. That's all. Nothing special about him.
I feel like Marcus Brown the better win. Only thing different is Joe Smith Jr. got a belt.
Yeah,
That's it.
right. Right. But the only thing about that is that like I said, the Pascal situation with anybody is that Pascal got busted for 3 different steroids. So I don't know what he was juiced with when he was fighting those guys, man.
Because he was built. He was
Yeah.
built like a motherfucker in that Brown fight.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Man, it was Juice Crew. But what's the other fight you had asked me about?
That
When
was
we
the Canelo Alvarez versus
Okay, Canelo Bivol. We got Valdez Shakur, and what's the other? We got something else too. I'm missing.
Amanda Serrano versus
Oh yeah, Katie Taylor. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now I look. I was thinking more of the lines of Charlo Castano
Oh
coming
yeah,
up.
that shit.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking more of. Yes, sir. Yeah, I
Hey, you
think.
can't be
Yeah.
sexist on my channel, Julius.
Well, bro, I think we talked a little bit about AB Bumgarner fight, and then what Bumgarner and Mayer look like, but Serrano's a weight bully, so I guess this is a fight of hers that she's close to her weight class, right?
You think she
You
gonna
know,
win that one? That's here's in
I
America.
mean, I don't know, man. I mean,
They
again,
robbed the
Katie
last one.
Taylor. Oh yeah, Katie Taylor can't really fight to me. She look like if if it was more females that could fight, she would be a punching bag. All she do is come forward, make noise when she punching. Ah! All that noise she making, all that do is just get energy out of you. Any fighter that hollers and scream when they punch, and it's been a lot of them, if you hit them in their body, they're gonna be tired within 3 rounds. And that goes for Katie Taylor too. Fighting with your mouth open, hollering and screaming. It ain't don't mean you're punching harder or faster, you know. But anyway, man, you know, I don't want to be called sexist, but that's my opinion of Katie Taylor.
Are you gonna watch the fight
No.
at least?
No, I'm gonna be watching Shakur and Oscar Valdez.
I seen some posts that said if you watching Shakur Stevenson over Katie Taylor, you're a sexist.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I guess I'm a sexist. I'm a real male chauvinist because I'm gonna definitely do it. I'm gonna do it 2 times.
But you,
But
what you,
yeah,
what you think? You think he gonna stop him?
I got Shakur just like I did against Jamel Herring. TKO in 10. I got it for both. So and it ain't changing nothing.
And why is that? Because you just don't think Valdez is skilled enough, or what?
Valdez is a little too slow and he loads up looking for the left hook and he's easily broke down. You can break him down to the body, and Shakur jab to the body is going to open up a lot of stuff upstairs to his head, and then he get discouraged in fights. And like I say, his personality on the outside. A lot of times, guys that use those steroids and stuff are unsure of themselves. So now he knows he got to be clean in a fight against someone that he knows is better. I think he gonna quit.
With guys who take steroids, we'll be honest with you. I don't think it just be them who know about the steroid. I think the coaches be in on it too.
Well, somebody else got to know about it because they get it from somewhere. So we know that part. Um, I think that some coaches know, and I think that definitely the camp that he's in know about it because he done had a couple guys test positive for them in his camp. The one common denominator is him, the actual trainer.
The trainer never came out and said, I'm disgusted with my fighter's behavior, getting caught
Ain't
with
none
it.
of them gonna say that.
I'm kicking, I'm kicking him out of the group.
Right. Yeah.
Only
Very
person they had
rarely
smoke
do.
for, only person they had
Yeah.
smoke for was young ass Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. He had that because Canelo told him to. You know what I'm saying? Canelo told him to. And if Canelo tell him to drop every fighter, I mean, look at what he would make on Canelo fights. He dropping every single fighter. He dropping every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? Canelo run his camp. And those guys are more committed to Canelo since they've been with him since he was like 12 years old anyway. You know?
He said he had a stable full of guys, but the only one that popped was the white complected one.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, huh?
Said the white complected one. The Irish guy in the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Valdez said he's training scared. He knows what he's up against. Well, I mean, if you training scared, that's up to you. Oh, yeah, Boots and Clayton. Yes, yes, yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I think that Boots stopped Clayton in 8 or 9. I think that this would be one of his tougher fights. Not saying that Clayton gonna have a whole lot of success, but I think it's gonna be tougher because Clayton is gonna show more resistance than anybody he's ever fought before. Because he coming in there undefeated. He gonna have his confidence is high, but yeah, he's gonna get stopped.
He not gonna
But I
fold
think
under pressure.
yeah, I think he's gonna get stopped, but I think this is gonna be the one time where a guy actually come in there
Is it gonna take
and
the
think he
mystique
can
away
win.
from Boots today? This time,
Is he gonna do what?
is the mystique about Boots being like untouchable? Is
I
that gonna
don't
go
I don't
away?
Well, I think that it should boost it because people are gonna see, but you know, the way that this crowd look at fights and stuff, yeah, it might take his mystique away because they're gonna look at it like if Boots ain't knocked the guy out in 3 rounds, then what's wrong with Boots? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I think this fight gonna go about 7 or 8, and I see Boots stopping him. That's how I see that one. Definitely.
Said nah. It's only gonna add to the mystique.
It should.
Yeah, if he go in
It
there and
should.
handle business, most definitely.
Yeah, Clayton does. Yeah, yeah. He gonna get dropped. And I think, like I say, Boots gonna stop him. Boots may, knock him down early in that fight, but Clayton is shown. Let me say this, and I should, do a disclaimer the way that your man Breadman would. Uh, you know, I don't know. Clayton could get in this fight and feel something hit him in the face, and it don't feel good, and he say, "I'm out." But no, but the way I think is that Clayton is going to show resistance and try to actually win the fight, and going to get knocked out like that. That's how I look at it.
You get knocked out like that.
I think that Boot's going to get the knockout in this fight. I think that is 2 different level fighters. But I still think that Clayton is a tough guy. But that just shows the stable that Al Heyman got, man. Al Heyman got a deep stable because, Clayton ain't no pushover. These is guys that if Conor Ben is something that he should be fighting. But, that's another conversation for another day. But
I don't even want to hear about these guys
but
ever
that's
again.
but that's good. That's a good fight though. Clayton and Boots is a good fight. Boots is levels above Brandon Lee. I put it to you like that. And they move by the same guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And he's probably thankful for that, so they don't fight each other.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You better stay away from Gary Antoine Russell, too. Or I
Oh
think
yeah, actually,
Richardson beats
they was
Lee.
talking about Montana Love versus Gary Russell.
Stoppage. He'll beat Montana and his little puppy.
Say he'll beat him. Easy work.
Easy work. Easy work. He'll beat Montana Love up.
Yeah, I think so
Different
too.
level.
Me too.
I
Me
would
too.
love to
Later.
see the fight though. See, I don't and that's how I know that Montana Love was ducking smoke. I gotta call it how I see it, bro. He went over there and signed with Eddie Hearn, knowing Eddie Hearn had no talent at his weight class. That's a sucker. I mean, just gotta call it like I see it, man.
He know that he know them belts gonna free up, and eventually he gonna try to get that from somebody.
Facts, Jason. Well, hopefully him and Gary Antoine will be ranked 1 and 2 so we can see them fight. Let's see that fight. And that's 2 brothers. Because folks say that we don't like to see the brothers fight one another. Well, I want to see that fight. And it's 2 brothers. I don't think he
I
can
wish
beat
the brothers could fight you
CMP.
guys first and then fight each other at the end, but y'all don't even want that.
Well, I don't think that that fight is worthy of being at the end. Like
Yeah, me
like
neither.
Earl and Bud are fights that's worth beating everybody else to get to that. But Montana Love just a guy. He just another guy. That I think they called him Jag. Just another guy. JAG. He's just a Jag. And not a Jaguar, a Jag. Just another guy. Yeah, Jason, I want to see, but you know what? Gary to me is gonna Gary Antoine is who we talking about. I think that Gary A gotta fight a couple crap fights a year. Just stay active. Just I don't care if you have to fight a bum just to get 4 or 5 rounds in. Man, that's what guys of the old time did. They didn't have 100 fights because they fought 100 killers. They did a lot of fights that normally would have just been a sparring session anyway. And they just, to stay sharp. Oh, what do I think of Virgil Ortiz? I think that Virgil Ortiz can fight a little bit. I just think that he's not a welterweight. And if he wants to try to kill himself to try to have an advantage, that's going to hurt him. He can't make 47. He's a 154 pounder. And that says something because he started off trying to fight at 140. So he going to kill himself trying to make weight. Just go on up to 154 and fight one of them killers. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it. That's what I think of Virgil Ortiz.
They all do that though. They try to start off real low and be like, yeah, I fought at this weight and got this
Mm-hmm.
belt, and then I moved up and became this 3 division
Mm-hmm.
champion and all this shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then be fucking struggling to make that fucking weight because they're like, hold on, I ain't
Mm-hmm.
ready to go out there just yet.
And Jason, you right. To me, Jason, that's what all fighters need to do is stay busy, man. Like every single fight you have is not gonna be like, for example, even with Canelo, I do not mind Canelo fighting Rocky Feldon. I just don't think a belt's supposed to be attached to fighting Rocky Feldon. So if you
Or
want to
saying
stay,
you great at the end
yeah,
of it.
yeah, you're not great by beating Rocky Feldon in 2 rounds. That's what you're supposed to do. And it's what it's called, stay busy. And Gary Antoine needs some stay busy fights. He need to fight Joe Blow or Joe Sausage Head, you know what I'm saying? On the off TV card. You know what I mean? Like Gary A should have a fight in 2 weeks. He fight on the undercard, and his fight ain't gonna be televised on, say, the Charlo Castano fight, right? And after that, then he have a big fight in the summer. You know what I mean? Just
Well,
stay active.
Brandon Lee.
Yeah, he can fight. Brandon Lee is you know, Brandon Lee isn't gonna be a tune-up because of his name, but he's an actual tune-up. You know what I'm saying?
What name?
Yeah, I
Lee?
mean a name as far as in that division. You know what I'm saying? Like in that division, and they both on the same type of level. That
No, I'm just talking
yeah,
shit.
yeah, I got you. Hey, it's come that picture of cinnamon is coming in, man.
This is what I do, man. She he kind of easy to draw. Like I'm just drawing a white guy.
Yeah, PGI Fife Dog. Yeah, them 2 fights a year, that ain't cutting it. And this guy can really fight, but the only way to be a great fighter is to stay sharp, and you got to fight a lot, man. And he got to fight more. That's all. He got to definitely fight more. You
That's
say that Cozy say he think that Virgil gonna win a belt. Well, if Virgil
not a David Evanesian in the way.
and
For some reason he don't want to fight that man.
right. And if the guy isn't gonna fight at 54, if he's gonna move up to 54, he's not gonna get these fights fighting for Golden Boy. He'll never fight Tim Zoo and these guys. Oscar De La Hoya won't make these fights with anybody, man. Stanionis wins by knockout. Avarizian can't fight. Yeah, Stanionis stops him. I'm just saying, he who greets with fire asked that. Yeah. Ugas and Thurman isn't gonna be good right now
I don't
because
even know if it's gonna happen. The way Yuga's eye was looking,
yeah,
shit.
Ugas said his eye bled for 40 hours straight. Ugas won't fight again for another year, man.
Yeah. All that
And that's
Errol
the
Spence, and
truth.
they was laughing at Errol Spence because Errol Spence said, "Man, I haven't had man down in a minute."
Hmm.
But he ain't say he wasn't gonna get it though.
He
He just
almost
said it
killed
been a
that guy,
minute.
man. He almost killed that guy.
I seen it,
Rashidi
and you was
Ellis, Jamal James. Yes, let's have it
yeah. I want to see that.
in Minnesota. I want to
Yeah,
see that fight in
I want.
Minnesota,
I
man.
wanted to see Fox versus Jamal James.
I like Fox. But I mean, Fox trying to think of a good fight with him. If him and Jamal James are a good fight in Minnesota, and Rashidi Ellis can fight on the undercard against somebody,
Oh yeah, he did sign with PBC recently,
yeah,
huh?
he with PBC. He had to leave Golden Boy, so that's a good one. Okay, we get Jamal James against uh Fox in the main event, and the kid that they robbed Fox of fight Rashidi Ellis in the co-main event, and can put them fights on Fox, and then can get somebody like Gary Antoine Russell to start off the show. Let's do it right there. Summer
They need to
fight,
hire us for the matchmaking, huh?
yeah, we can get it. June, July, up in what it is? That's Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, it's Minneapolis.
Okay, right there in
At
Minneapolis
first everybody
at
was
the
talking
Armory.
shit about Minnesota, but now
Who was?
everybody on Twitter, but now they in my DM like, yo, Art man, when I touch down, I need to check in with you, man. I'm
Hey,
like, yeah, for sure.
what I tell you, Art man, about Minnesota, Minneapolis.
We got a lot of sports.
They are one of the best sports hotbeds in the world, not the nation, the world. You got every sport: hockey, you got football, you got baseball, you got NBA, and you got boxing.
Soccer
All
too.
right there, and soccer, right there. All major league stuff. PBC welterweight tournament, man. It would be like 12 people in it. It'll be like 12 guys in it, man.
I like how PBC showed that little thing that they have for the junior welterweights. Not junior welterweights, super welterweights.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing like the collage of all fights that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Rosario versus Jamonte Clark,
Mm-hmm.
Rosario versus J Rock, J Rock
Mm-hmm.
versus Hurd
Mm-hmm.
versus Trout,
Yeah.
Trout
Hurd
versus
versus Harrison. Harrison versus
Charlo,
Charlo. Yeah. Charlo versus Lubin.
Lubin
Lubin
versus
versus Fedor.
Fedora,
Yeah.
Fedora versus Boots. No, I'm just
Yeah.
like
Oh, hey, that'll be good in a year or two. But I mean, Charlo versus Jorge Cota. You
Tim
know.
Zoo versus Gaucher versus Lubin,
Mm-hmm.
Gaucher
Yeah.
versus Jamonte Clark,
Mm-hmm.
Jamonte Clark
Mm-hmm.
versus Fedora.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that
Mm-hmm.
man Al been working, boy. People
He
don't
been
see
working
that.
in them weight classes, bro. He been
And people
working
don't
in them.
see that.
How about even 122? 122, he got hot. And speaking of 122, coming up in a couple months out there, we got the Fulton
Oh,
and Roman. And Roman manager, she had not manager. I think she's just someone on the team. She had hit me up on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And I be going back and forth with her because I like Danny Roman. I don't think he's gonna win this fight, but Danny Roman is a serious fighter, man. You know what I'm saying? Fulton Roman, that's a good fight. Fulton Figueroa was a war, and they having that right there, man. Yeah, NUA got to leave Top Rank. They don't care about him no way.
yeah, they don't give a fuck about that guy.
Yeah,
Anyway, who's that?
NUA come up to 122. Man, hey, the sky the limit for fights that could happen. Cause we still got our man up there too. Like he deserved his shot. his shot got to come too after this particular situation with Fulton and Ramon.
You talking about Aleem?
Yeah, I would love to see
Yeah,
Figueroa. I mean,
we need a lean versus Fulton. No, a lean versus Figueroa before he can
and
get that
then
title shot again.
Aleem versus Fulton got to happen. And you know, I even said that to Fulton. I sent that to Fulton on Twitter. I was like, Fulton, you know, I know you got this tough fight against Rahman. I was like, but you got to look out for the brother. He deserved his opportunity. Win, lose, or draw, you got to give him the chance because that's what black fighters do. And he just gave me a 100. You know what I'm saying? You know, response, whatever that
He
means.
says, I mean, say less.
Yeah, okay. Well, there we go. Because that's just what we got to do, man. Like Mike Tyson said, the black fighters got to make a pact to fight
When
one
he
another.
said that on to Charlo, I ain't gonna lie, it made it make sense to me because at first I was kind of on my Canelo shit, man. I don't want to see the brothers fight against each other, but then I really thought about like, y'all, no, for real shit, y'all gonna make some money together if y'all have a good fight. Man.
Yeah, it's just like if I was gonna go out here and buy a boxing shirt at an arena for $25 or $30 or $40, why wouldn't I go and buy one of your shirts for $30, $40, $50? Because I could say to you, you'll do a custom. If I say, look, I want one of this or that, you know what I'm saying? I can do that and you make it for me, you know. And then I can go to the fight with your shirt, and people say, "Man, where you get that shirt from?" You know what I'm saying?
And that's
So
exactly what happened for the Spence Ugas one because everybody was wearing, you know, and I don't be trying to step on toes or nothing like that. I'm just
right.
I'm an artist. But anyways, you know, people was looking at the Spence merch, and then my boy, they was wearing they shit that they got from me, and people asking them like, "Yo, when he dropped this one?"
Right.
Like,
He be like, he ain't dropped this one.
well, I know a guy.
Yeah. Hey, but Polo, that's a good fight. And hey, Aleem might lose to Figueroa, but guess what?
I want to see
Aleem
it.
is a serious fighter. So, you know, and Figueroa would admit that. He's a serious fighter. Both of those guys is, man. You know, that's what PBC got going on at 22.
Figueroa do
Serious
not like
fights.
he do not like Fulton,
No,
and I feel like the rematch will be big too.
it is. And that first fight could have went either way.
It
I
did.
think I think I think
I didn't really like
Fulton
the way
won it.
Fulton fight in that fight, to be honest.
He cut the ring off on Fulton. He made Fulton have to fight. And that's what I like about Figueroa is Figueroa don't look the part of somebody that's gonna go hard out there in the ring.
He
Figueroa
damn
look
sure
like
don't.
no, he don't look like it. He looked like a kid. He looked like a pretty boy, you know what I'm saying? Mexican
H&M
guy.
model.
Yeah, he don't look like he ready to go to war. He ready to go to war. And he tough. He tough. Figueroa would beat Inoue. He would beat Inoue. He would
I
walk
don't know. Them body
Inoue.
shots. I don't know if
Man,
he could take them body shots from anywhere like that.
Figueroa would stop him.
Mm.
Figueroa was stopping because Inoue is not going to do like Fulton and try to get out in the way. He's going to go to war. And Figueroa going to beat him with body shots. Remember now, Inoue, as tough as he is, Nonito Donaire broke his orbital bone.
Definitely did. I ain't forget that.
Broke that orbital bone and his jaw. You know what I'm saying? A double facial injury, just like Ugas.
That dude don't
Broke an
even look the
orbital bone and
same
broke
from
a
that fight.
nose.
You got he don't even look the same from that fight. One eye bigger than the other.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why they put him on this little cruise fight. You know, he stay busy
Mm-hmm.
ass fights because he don't want to re-injure that shit because
Right.
that was a grueling fight. And now he talking about he want to fight him again. Shit.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, and that's partly because of Donaire age. You know what I'm saying? And Donaire been through some war. He thought he was a girl, a transsexual. No, his sister, you know what I'm saying? She got hurt. Nobody wanted that smoke when Ray and Navarrete. Hold on a second, bro. Who was scared of Ray Vargas and Navarrete? Now, Ray Vargas eventually moved up and he went PBC at 26. He can't make 22 no more. Ray Vargas was 5'10 and a half. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't a puncher either. So that's the other thing about it. So yeah, I think guys would have fought Ray at 22, and Navarrete was over there at top rank. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur said that he would fight Navarrete at 26.
Shakur
So
would have beat
why
the
why
shit out of
Navarrete
Navarrete.
didn't go on and fight Shakur at 26?
The same reason why his man Valdez didn't want to fight him.
Right. They were trying to make the fight with Navarrete and Valdez. So
It's
don't give me
documented.
that one, Polo.
It's documented.
Look, it's only
Bob
4 pounds.
Bob Arum said it himself. It's documented. He said, "Hey man, I know that fight with Shakur sounds good, but check this out. I want him to fight Navarrete." But as soon as that lawsuit came about, he said, because I remember specifically, as soon as that lawsuit came up, that's when
No,
Shakur
Shakur tried to fight him when he was the featherweight champion. Now,
Shakur
after
started
he
talking
had
his shit
moved
too.
up, he said he'll fight him at a catch weight of 28. Navarrete, that's just 2 pounds from where he at. He should take him up on that offer. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Navarrete will lose to Shakur, bro. No matter if it's at 128, 129, 130, 126, anything. But look, Art, I gotta run, my brother. It was good catching up with everybody, man. We're gonna shoot this week, I'm sure, man.
Oh yeah, who fighting this week?
Ain't this
Oh yeah,
Shakur week?
Shakur Stevenson, man. My
Shakur
bad.
week.
My bad.
Yeah, so we definitely gonna shoot on that.
I'm taking.
And
I'm
bro,
going. I'm going to California next week. That's why I'm being
oh, okay,
California during that
okay,
fight.
okay. Hey, man, I like the cinnamon picture, man.
It's coming out pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, it is. You should have one with and put words to it so you can put Caleb Plant in there asking him questions.
Nah, this I'm doing him and Bivol for this one.
That's what I might do.
This is when he was
That's,
asking them questions, and Canelo
yeah.
was
Hey,
like, "Man,
look.
I'm about to knock your fucking head off." What the hell
Hey,
you
look,
talking about?
that's what I should do for Caleb Plant next fight. I see this guy talking trash about fighters after he quit. He had the nerve to talk trash about what he about to come back and do. Man, please,
Shut,
man.
nigga. You had your chance. What the fuck you
Man,
did, nigga?
please,
You
man.
started talking in the ring.
Like I say, man, a guy character shows. This man mama was killed by the police. And that guy said, I need time to talk about it. We'll shoot another time. Man ain't said nothing about it. You ain't seen him cry about it. You haven't seen him get angry. You know what I'm saying? I would have been furious, man. I mean, I would have been
Even if my
furious.
mother was on the stuff, that stuff that you still think about because that's
Yeah.
the person that created you.
Right, exactly. I don't care what my mama was on. The police killed her. I mean, man, I'm gonna be beside myself, and you know what I mean. And that's just how it is, man. But some of these guys, man, they don't have no problem with it, man. They'll go eat dinner the next day, make love to their wife, and go out for a long walk out in the park day after their mama got killed, man. You know what I'm saying? These guys are amazing, man.
Different times.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Y'all take care, man.
Yep. Shit, I'm still in here cooking. I dropped the link for anybody that want to join. We just in here cooking. Trying to figure out what I'm missing on this guy. Because it's there, but it's not all the way there. Yeah, but you said he who greets with fire said as soon as that Bud filed that lawsuit, Top Rank found black fighters. Most definitely. Yeah, and that's why I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jared Anderson fight Fury next. Next, you know, they get Jared Anderson to fight. Real shit though. But you can tell that put a little pep in their step because this fight was not going to happen. Shakur Stevenson versus Valdez. We all know it, man. It's documented, dude. They'd already Bob Arum already addressed it. He said he wanted to make Navarrete versus motherfucking Valdez. Yeah, he did not want this fight, bro. And that's when I see that video of him, I'm like, bro, nigga, and then like, man, get the fuck out of here. Talking about some, yeah, and this is why me and my team wanted it, man. Me and my team wanted it. Nigga, you and your team didn't want shit, nigga. You and your team wanted to fucking get out of here. Y'all wanted to fight Navarrete and have another Mexican fight. But you know, he was playing, you know, this is what Oscar Valdez thought he could do. Oscar Valdez thought that he can go in there while everybody's fighting Mexican style. He gonna be in there trying to counter punch and take advantage of it, making y'all think it's gonna be a Mexican war. That's what he was trying to do, going a little tour like that. He got Reynoso, thought he, you know what I'm saying, I got a little bit more better defense than these guys. I'm gonna just bait these guys in, think it's an all classic Mexican war, and I'm gonna just sleep them, counter it. But nope. Man, I don't care what you say, nigga. You could be one of the most skilled boxers ever, bro. If you knowing that you have to fight somebody on the level of Shakur Stevenson, you will be nervous. You'll be nervous. You'll be cautious. You know what I'm saying? You would go a little harder in the gym. Let's keep it honey. Let's keep it funky. So the fact that he acting like they wanted it, nobody wants a hard fight like that. I don't know what you're talking about. Unless there's a belt or you know what I'm saying, a lot of money and a belt on the line for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's not a gang of money on the line for this type of fight. He could have fought like four people and got this paycheck. Probably three people got this paycheck rather than take a fucking career-ending loss. Because if he lose to fucking Shakur, or when he lose to Shakur Stevenson, how he gonna bounce back for that? Especially if his jaw get broke again. But you know what I like about Shakur Stevenson? He said that Canelo Alvarez is giving this nigga the wrong advice. He's giving him the wrong advice. He about to go in there and do that shit Canelo told him to do and get his ass slept. Valdez is not as big as Canelo. Let's Yeah, this shit right there. Yeah, boy. Hold on, this shit's fire. Hold on. So all facts. Errol says Shakur versus Burchill was next. Yeah, they even know it, bro. Everybody knows that shit, dude. It's not a secret. Says Shakur about to, man, and people know it. People know it. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Um, I'm gonna do another live stream like in an hour or two. So y'all tune into the channel, Artman Apparel, artmanboxing.com. Or artmanapparel.com, my bad.